there are two type of messages: static messages and dynamic messages. Static messages are those messages which is independent to the user input and doesn't need any action server. Means when there is no need to manipulate the user input, or we didn't have to do a database query and generating a simple response to the user, then this type of messages is classified as static messages. Right, now what are dynamic messages? Dynamic messages are those messages which is dependent on the user input. It's need action server and some logic implementation. Let's take an example to understand the dynamic messages. Let's say if you are building a bot for restaurant and users say what were the items present in today's menu, then your bot is making a query to the database and fetching all the items present in today's menu and showing back to the user. So this message needs a action server to make a query in database. That's why this whole message is classified into a dynamic messages. Our next terminology is entity extraction. Entity extraction plays a crucial role because whenever your bot tries to grasp useful information from the text, then it will use entity extraction technique. Your RASA NLU model does two things. First, intent classification, and second one is your entity extraction. Let's take a simple example that how entity extraction will work. Let's say user gives this input: I want to book a hotel for 3 people. Now your RASA NLU model works and take out two things. First one is your intent and second one is your entity. Now it will classify the intent as booking and it will give a entity for it, which is person count as 3. Now let's see how we can achieve entity extraction in coding part.